There's a lesson in Maggie Smith's journey that could change how you see your own life. Welcome to Memorandum, the podcast where we honor the lives and legacies of the world's most inspiring icons. I'm so glad you're here because today we're stepping into the story of a woman whose presence on stage and screen feels almost magical. Her name is Dame Maggie Smith, an actress whose career spans over 7 decades, whose voice and expressions are instantly recognizable, and whose characters have shaped generations. Let's travel back to December 28, 1934, in Ilford, Essex. Margaret Natalie Smith was born to Nathaniel and Margaret Smith. Her father was a pathologist and her mother a secretary. But young Maggie was destined for a life very different from the quiet worlds of medicine and paperwork. When she was still a child, her family moved to Oxford. And there, Maggie attended Oxford High School for Girls. She was bright, shy, and had an unshakable curiosity for words, characters, and stories. It was at the Oxford Playhouse School that she found her true calling. At just 17, Maggie began performing on stage, and something clicked. This is where she belonged. Imagine Maggie as a teenager stepping onto the stage for the first time. The lights warm on her face, the rustle of the audience falling silent, and her voice, clear and strong, filling the room. This was not just a performance. This was a transformation. Maggie Smith was stepping into characters with such depth that people couldn't look away. In 1969, she made her professional debut with the Oxford Playhouse. Soon after, she joined the National Theatre Company performing Shakespeare, a foundation that would shape her entire career. She was bold enough to take on complex, demanding roles, yet humble enough to keep learning from every performance. Her early film appearances began in the 1950s, but it was the late 1960s that changed everything. In 1969, Maggie played Jean Brodie in The Prime Miss of Jean Brodie. The role was daring. She portrayed a teacher who encouraged her students to think beyond the rules, to see beauty and meaning in life. The performance won her an Academy Award for Best Actress, and suddenly, the world knew her name. Think about this for a moment. How often do we play it safe, waiting for the right time to take our shot? Maggie was not afraid to dive into roles that were unconventional, challenging, and emotionally demanding. She wasn't just an actress, she was a mirror, holding up humanity for all of us to see. Whether in comedies like California Suite, which brought her a second Oscar, or later as the witty, unshakable Violet Crowley in Downton Abbey, she gave us characters who stayed with us long after the credits rolled. And of course, a whole new generation met her as Professor Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter series, a character who embodied strength, discipline, and quiet compassion. Ask yourself, who are the mentors in your life? The ones who believed in you, who guided you, who reminded you to stand tall even when life was difficult. Maggie's characters invite us to reflect on those moments and to be that source of courage for someone else. Dame Maggie Smith has achieved what few artists ever do. She has remained relevant, admired, and deeply respected for over 70 years. Her career includes 2 Academy Awards, 5 BAFTAs, 4 Emmys, and a Tony. These are impressive honors. Yet her true legacy is how she has inspired millions of people around the world. Her work reminds us that dedication leads to mastery. She didn't become a household name overnight. She built her career brick by brick, role by role, moment by moment. She shows us that authenticity is magnetic. Maggie never tried to be glamorous or follow trends. She simply focused on telling the truth through her characters. That truth is what made her unforgettable. And perhaps most inspiring of all, age is not a barrier to greatness. Some of Maggie's most beloved roles came in the second half of her life, proving that it is never too late to make an impact, to be seen, and to create something beautiful. So here is our reflection for today. How can you embrace your own season of life with the same confidence, curiosity, and grace that Maggie Smith has shown? What talents, passions, or dreams are waiting for you to bring them to life, no matter your age? As we wrap up today's episode of Memorandum Podcast, I hope you feel the same sense of inspiration I do. Maggie Smith reminds us that life is a stage, and we each have a part to play. Her story teaches us to stay curious, to keep growing, and to embrace every season of life as an opportunity to shine. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love for you to join our community by subscribing right here on YouTube. Share this episode with someone who loves Downton Abbey, Harry Potter, or just needs a little motivation today. Leave a comment telling me, what is your favorite Maggie Smith role and what did it teach you? New episodes of Memorandum arrive with more biographies and life lessons from the icons who shaped history. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, your story matters and the world is waiting for it.